Hello and welcome back. The deeper I get into this hobby, the more I'm drawn to watches that dare to be different. You know, the ones that make you tilt your head like a confused puppy when you first see them. And recently, I may have just stumbled upon a goldmine for those of you who share my curiosity. Enter Svalbard. Established 9 years ago and dedicated to making watches that refuse to be normal. Their lineup includes 24-hour watches, backward watches, and single-hand watches, basically horological plot twists on your wrist. But today's model? Even by Svalbard standards, it's an outlier. It merges two high-end complications, the Jump Hour and the Retrograde Minute, into a motorsport-themed beauty that punches way above its price point. Say hello to the Svalbard HX1. Motorsport-inspired watches tend to focus on the dial, but Svalbard went a step further and wrapped the whole thing in a case that feels both original and strangely familiar. If the hooded lugs remind you of Müller-Glashütte or Braun, you're not alone. This is a very fluid, clean, streamlined construction that seems to have been tested in a wind tunnel. Encircling the dial, the black bezel mimics a steering wheel, while the pushers on the right look like controls for shifting gears or flicking on your windshield wipers. And speaking of the dial, there's no mistaking what this watch is about. The single orange hand glides over crisp white markers painted onto a black chapter ring, while the minutes are displayed on a coarse surface with modern font numerals peeking through the hour window above the brand name. This is a very consistent design where shapes and colors work seamlessly together, and my only reservation is about the decision to give the case a uniform polished finishing. Bead blasting the case would probably have been more consistent with a case industrial design, but I can understand this might only be a matter of personal preference. What's really important though is how intuitive it is to read. And despite its unconventional layout, telling time is as easy as reading a digital display. For $170, this watch has no business being this well made. The strap integration is flawless, the paint job is immaculate, and whether I like the polishing or not, it is consistent. But what's even more impressive than the build quality, what the watch is made of. In this price range, most mainstream watch manufacturers cut corners, but not here. You're getting 316L stainless steel, AR-coated sapphire crystal, and a flexible, stretchy silicone strap that won't chafe. Of course, what makes this watch possible is what's under its hood, the screw-down caseback. And as much as I want to, I can't give you any details on what that is. All I can tell you based on what Svalbard's website and its owner told me is that this watch is powered by, and I quote, a movement that's controlled electronically and consists of parts from different models of Miyota movements. There is a trademark gearbox denomination being mentioned, but I couldn't find any relevant information on what that is. What's relevant is how this caliber operates. To set the watch, simply press and hold the pusher at 3 o'clock until you get feedback from the minute hand, then advance it or move it back incrementally by pushing repeatedly the appropriate stem or continuously by keeping the pressure. Once the time is set, wait for the small vibration of the minute hand signaling exiting from set mode. For the right person, this could be the only watch they'll ever need. But that person would have to A. Have an active lifestyle. Sure, you can wear it as a statement piece, but this thing screams sports watch. B. Have a larger than average wrist. My wrist circumference is 19 centimeters or 7.5 inch, and I can barely get away with wearing it. It's not just the 44mm case diameter, and it's not even the 54mm lug-to-lug measurement. It's the way the silicone strap flares out. Finally, C. Have $170 in the bank. That's all you need, shipping included. Fantastic. However, if you only check the third box, don't worry, I've got good news. A 40mm version of this watch is expected later this year. If you're impatient, there's always the HX12, which follows the same concept with a slightly different design for just $10 more. Prefer a more understated look, a Milanese steel mesh bracelet option is coming soon. Moreover, as quite a few Casio straps would fit this case, you might want to explore those options to accessorize. Here are the precise measurements of the strap. This is a watch I really want to succeed. The variety in this hobby is mind-blowing, and yet too many enthusiasts just cycle through the same old designs, turning watch collecting into a game of paint by numbers. There is life outside dive watches, and when something this unique is also this affordable, there's just no excuse to ignoring it. I most certainly won't ignore it. Thank you for watching. See you soon.